raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Start up front here with Curtis.
How big was EJ tonight, specifically on the rebounding?
EJ was really good. Double-double, active, playing hard, blocking shots. He's starting to come around. And this was a great game for him to prove it against a really physical team, that they're going to get body to body on you, and he was able to still get it done. Look, just understand, Travis had 9 and 11, but without Travis, Silva probably goes for 25 and 11. The kids in there exhausted. We got them on an IV. Like, he and Silva just went at each other. And he was able to withstand it, which tells you it's good for us to have a guy that, you know, if they have a guy like that, we got one too. But I thought PJ was good. You know, he did some good stuff. And Ashton had a good second half. He had 6 turnovers at half. But and that's a hard team to play. South Carolina is disruptive. They collapse. They run people at you. They'll gap screens, and you know they're really good. We played good today, though. I loved our toughness, and especially from our young guys.
Left side, John.
Cal, you talked so much about demonstrated performance. The types of plays that EJ made Saturday at Florida with that offensive rebound, is that what kind of sparks this kind of performance?
Yeah.
And progress?
Yeah, and he deserves the minutes he's getting. The issue becomes, so does PJ. And when Reed plays that way, and they got a guy like that, you got to leave Reed in. But here's the greatest thing that I told him after the game, and this is hard because this is ego, this is high school. The only way I get my name in the paper is that I score the most points. That's high school. Right now, the way we are as a team, numbers don't matter. Like Emmanuel played really well, and he missed 3 shots. He was 0 for 3, but he had 4 assists. Numbers don't matter. So Reed goes for 9 and 11. Why, he didn't get 20, and yeah, but it doesn't matter. You saw how he played, and the same with PJ. So we're at that stage now, and I said, finally, I told Keldon, I said, Keldon, you knew exactly how many points you had. That's why you missed that little floater. I said, how many did you have? At that time, I had 7. He knew. He knew. I knew he knew, because that's the only way he would have missed that. I got to get these 2 to get to 11 to get to. We got to get to where we're not playing that way. And it's not just him. You got a bunch of high school kids 6 months ago that are trying to do something unique and trying to do it together.
Front right with Daryl.
Now, is there anything about playing a Frank Martin team that gets you ready for March that maybe the other teams don't?
Who, you better be ready to play. You better be physical. They ran good stuff. They missed a lot of shots today that they've been making. And I would imagine Frank would have said there were some open looks that they just made, like the tapes I watched. They shot the ball. The last 5 games, they shot 3s at almost 40%. And I expected them to make some shots today, and they didn't. But they play similar to us. They take 18, 19 threes a game. We take 17, 18 threes a game. Today we got 16, they had 17. You know, it's how we both play. Rebounding was probably the difference in the game. And, you know, that and the fact that I thought we, you know, I like to press a pressing team. And if a team's a disruptive defensive team, then let's disrupt them. If a team likes to run, let's run them. You kind of then take their strength and make it, it's not your strength. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I try to do this.
Stay on the right side, John.
John, I'm a little bit confused. Coach Martin spent his whole time up there at the podium talking about how his team lacked physicality. And now you're saying that their team wasn't physical.
Well, maybe it's their normal physicality, that this was a little down. But I'll tell you what, you saw when there are people hitting the floor, or you're moving into ball screens and you're getting whacked. And the only difference was Reed was out there whacking too. And so was PJ. I mean, it's 2 teams whacking each other. And you know what? We kind of maybe we were a little more aggressive than them. I don't know. Or the ball bounced our way. I don't know. But, you know, the Silva only playing 15 minutes affects him. He's 25 and 12. Last 5 games, he's 25 and 12.
Left side with Dick.
Right here, your best teams here played defense like they're having fun, like they enjoyed it. This team looks like it's starting.
It's getting there.
How do you do that with kids like you said were in high school 6 months ago?
Well, the biggest thing is they have to be engaged with each other. Early in the year, and again, I've done this 30-some years, your team is going to press for their individual performance. People around them, talking to them, how they got to play, and they press. They're up tight about their individual performance. Well, when you are, you cannot be engaged with your team because you're just thinking about your own performance. But as it goes on and you realize if I worry more about my team, the game becomes easier and I play better and score more. How does this work? I don't know, but that's how it works. And it just takes some time to trust. And then I tell them, you got to shut down the clutter. You got people telling you how you need to play or how you're being evaluated, and they're wrong. So why would you listen? Just, here's what they're looking at. I'll say it again, PJ went 0 for 4 against Kansas from the 3-point line, and everybody was going crazy about his performance. And you ready? Tyler Hero went 2 for 9, and everybody went crazy. He missed every jumper. It just shows you what you think they're looking at or how you're being evaluated. You're wrong. This isn't high school. This is big boy basketball. And so this team is getting it, but I'll say it again. Thank goodness we have Travis on this team. Reed is, you know, he's a beast. He is a beast.
Questions, folks? Curtis?
Was there any kind of common theme in Ashton's turnover? I think he had turnovers tonight. He had 6 total.
Well, again, this team plays different than any team we will play. And what we were telling him is you got to get to the lane and then make decisions. Well, it's the first time it's like we weren't running many plays. Just get into the lane and make decisions. And his decisions weren't good. But in the second half, he got a better feel for it and had a better flow of it, and he made better decisions. He had no assists and 6 turnovers at half. He had 4 assists and no turnovers in the second half, which is why the score was what it was.
Go back to Daryl.
I think you said recently about being halfway up the mountain. Any farther up the mountain, and what are you still looking for improvement-wise?
We need Nick. Nick's got to give us 15 to 20 minutes a game, and he's got to be playing. And it has nothing to do with jump hooks or shots. I like that because it makes him smile, but it has not. It's go get in there and fight like crazy and rebound and block shots and fly up and down this court. Let us throw you lobs, and all of a sudden, there's no one in the game of college basketball like him. But he's got to go perform. The second thing, that jump hook, to be honest, if he could catch it close, you got to fight before you catch it. Fight, fight, fight. It's unstoppable. But if you catch it at 12 feet because you let the guy push you away or you weren't moving your feet, you can't make that shot. So your job is, forget about anything else. I got to catch it close. And the coaches tell me, if you catch it close, shoot it. Don't bounce it. Don't do anything. Just shoot. So we got to get him going. EJ, I'm so happy for him. Every day in practice going against Nick, Reed, and PJ has done this for EJ. When you say, well, you come with me, you'll get 25 and 12, and don't worry about it, we'll play a zone, and you don't have to guard anybody. Here, you got to get better. And what I'm hoping is, by the end of the year, when you look at Kelvin, you say, wow, how much better is he? Tyler. Ooh. How about Ashton? How about Jamal Baker playing today, making shots and how he defends? How about Emmanuel, EJ, Nick? You look at PJ, he's not the same player as he was at the beginning of the year or last year. He's got more assists than turnovers. Last year he had 1 turnover or 1 assist every 2 turnovers. He's a different player. So that's what we're looking to do. Just let's get better. Let's get more consistent. Let's play 40 minutes. Let's use each of these games to learn about our team. Let the results take for themselves. You all got mad. Seton Hall, act like you won. I needed him in a good frame of mind. I didn't need him panicked because all you people were saying it was crazy, the season's over, we're done. I knew it wasn't because we're getting better. So let's act like we won that game. Oh my gosh, Cal, we don't have moral victories. We're Kentucky. What? It wasn't about that. It was about getting them in the right frame of mind. Let me say this. We win a game like Florida, you know what I said to them? You know that ball that Tyler's eked in, that rolled around the rim 5 times, that layup? And then the corner jumper that Keldon made that went bang, 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 and went in? We don't make those, we probably lose the game. Should we feel any different about our performance or that we're getting better? No. But I've got to keep these guys in the right frame of mind, which is, I told them today, my job now is hungry yet humble. We don't need anybody arrogant right now. We need to be humble and we need to be hungry in what we're trying to do.
End it with Jared on the left.
John, it seemed like, speaking of Nick, you got some foul trouble tonight, and on one of them, it looked like it was on a drive, and you were talking to him, moving your feet. I couldn't tell if you wanted him to move his feet more.
Well, we work every day on staying in front of dribblers. And if you, when they drive, because, you know, I know you guys don't know basketball, but when they drive, if you push up, they're coming at you, and you push that way, you're going to foul. If they drive and you're Nick Richards and you retreat, give them space and retreat at the rim, you're probably going to, I'll help you, block the shot. Unless you push up and foul. So every single day, we work on moving our feet and retreating and blocking at the rim. And he chose to push up. Now, the reason you push up is you're exhausted, you're tired, you're just not into it. And you do what your old habits were, which is the 8th grade. You know how you used to stick your knee out when the guy tried to dribble around you? You put that knee out like you can't, not here, can't do it. But let me just say this, he's close. Just like EJ, I'm telling you, Nick is close. But we can't do it for him, he's got to do it for himself. He's got to prove to himself. Demonstrated performance will build his own confidence.
All right, thanks, folks.